situations like this could actually land Gaga in the starting room.
You're like saying he's not of the level for Chicago Fire, and I would agree. He's levels above.
Unless he starts dropping 20 in the Premiership.
It's more compelling to buy Football Manager every year just because.
Welcome back to the Enemies of the Fire podcast. We have a big day for Americans in the Champions League today. Don't look at the final scores. And we have the return of Messi, the return of Carlos Vela, and believe it or not, hell has frozen over in the Chicago Fire, have beaten the New York Red Bulls. We will talk all about everything this week. I am FC Neo Tokyo. That is DPG. That is James.
Yeah.
And gentlemen, did you know Champions League soccer was going on today? Or should I say football?
No, I've been knee deep in fantasy football. I'm thinking about making trades. I've been looking at the Fire. I've been on Triple G watch, which we'll get into.
Oh.
What about you?
Blurry photos have made a comeback. Anyway. Yeah, so I have to be honest, man. We are at the time of the year where I start getting fatigued. The Fire have been bad
wheels are
all
falling
year.
off.
What was that?
The wheels are falling off.
The wheels fell off
falling
at the beginning of the season, and we
on
knew
the season, yeah.
Like
yeah,
they've been riding through. Like if this was a car on the road, the wheels would have been off. It's just grinding on the axle. You don't know how it's still going.
It's been driving on 3 wheels, basically.
Yeah, basically. Well, and then you got to think about all the kicks to the gut we got as basically US and Fire fans during the summer, right? Yep. So like, it's just, this is about the time I just need a break, and I need to remember, like, I have people in my life who love me, and these teams don't really affect me.
Other stuff matters, basically.
Right. But with all that said, this should have been my Super Bowl of fucking Champions League. Because we had a game with 5 Americans in it, because PSV played Juventus, right? And Weston McKennie scored a goal, baby, and he was the only one. But Christian Pulisic scored a goal today. I don't know. So neither of you guys watched the games. I didn't watch the games, but I started watching highlights. Does this quench your thirst, DPG? You've kind of been the most critical of these guys. No?
First, give McKinney a couple of months. He'll be on the transfer market in January. Don't worry. As far as Pulisic, cool. He scored, but his team didn't do anything. So nobody remembers who scored when their team loses. All right?
Yes, they do. They get signed to the better team later.
Oh, really?
Real Madrid and comes calling.
Yeah, like Real Madrid is really gonna call freaking AC Milan for Christian Pulisic. Oh yeah, can we sign him?
Crazier things have happened.
Nope. Yeah, they're gonna sign him for he could go play on Real Madrid B. There you go. Good idea.
Dude, see, you're such a hater. This is monumental.
No,
right?
It's not,
like,
bro.
Pulisic, yes, it is.
No, it's not. You know what? You know what? And you know what? I'm sorry to say this, but for England, for Spain, for Italy, for Germany, it was just Tuesday.
Okay, well, we won't get into the host of reasons why it's not, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, what?
But like, I get the point, right? They're used to their players, but it's like you forget, like, people will have their favorite player. Like, there were some people who wanted, Vela on the field before, and bench Torres back in the day in Spain. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it. You're still on that whole, in the bunker, big soccer mentality from early 2000s where if an American did something, it's like, it was amazing. I get it.
Well, that's all we had to go off of. Like,
I get it, but at this time and age, bro,
babies have a big day.
At this time and age, man, we should be like moving up, not stay stagnant.
We are moving up. That's literally what happened. There was 5 dudes on the field.
We are still the same way we were 4 years ago.
Dude, international spots on your roster are.
I think we're better than we were 4
rare.
years ago. We're definitely better than we were 4 years ago. But because like I think that we have guys on higher, more well-established teams than we had 4 years. Yes, we had guys over in Europe, but now they're finally clawing out a spot.
Yeah,
even guys like McKennie, who they can't get rid of.
Well, let me ask you this: 4 years ago,
McKennie is like crab.
Christian Pulisic was in Chelsea, or maybe he was still. I think maybe he was probably in Chelsea. What's his face? The other cat was playing in Valencia. Joe Reyna was still in Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, but nobody was playing.
Okay, and where are we at right now? The
We're
only
at
one
a point where we had.
the only one that's playing. The only one that's playing is the same guy that was playing in Chelsea, Christian Pulisic.
Not true. Not true. Weston McKennie scored a goal today. We had 5. Dude, Tim Weah started. Malik Tillman started. Pepe, I think, came. Hold on. Where's the lineups? Yeah, Pepe must have came on later.
Okay,
they started. Are those guys going to change? Are they game changers?
Are they going to be playing in 2 years? Some of them might be playing in 2 years. And the other thing is that we got a lot to celebrate. We got Pochettino going. We got a trajectory of an arrow pointed finally pointed up.
I'll say this. The fact that, we got Pochettino across the finish line.
I agree with you with your premise, though. I agree with your premise that, well, no, I say that we're better than we were 4 years ago. Because
not by much.
Well, didn't we not make a World Cup in 2018?
We didn't make we didn't do much in what was the one in 2022?
But at least we made it.
We made it. We tied with England. We beat Iran. We got our clock cleaned by Netherlands. Yeah, we made it all right. And on top of that, we had that whole false sense of we're better because we kept beating up on Mexico in the Nations League. And then we got our clocks cleaned out in the Copa America by Panama.
Dude, isn't life about the journey, DPG? Why can't we enjoy these incremental gains until we get to the promised land?
And speaking of enjoying
incremental games is like getting a participation award, not even a trophy, the piece of paper that said, "Thank you for participating."
DPG, where does Pochettino fit into this? Is he an incremental gain or is he something bigger than that? And because you've yet to react to it, we both reacted to it. The actual official signing. What's your reaction, and how are you feeling about that?
Like I told you before, I like Pochettino. I feel that he can make changes. I feel that he could put things in place so that the next generation of head coach, whoever comes in after him, could just pick up and improve on that. The problem with that is that if U.S. Soccer does U.S. Soccer stuff and doesn't let him cook, then we're not going to get anywhere.
I don't know what they could possibly do to be in his way now. He's coaching the team. He can't sign players, so he can just get whoever he wants.
I'm talking about political. You know how U.S. Soccer has always been controversial. There's always been, you're not in the retired players club, so we're gonna make it hard for you. You're not.
So what happens to the Euro heads when like Pochettino calls in a guy from Major League Soccer? Do they cap or do they have a stroke?
So they'll probably have a stroke. But I will say this. If Pochettino can see something in an MLS player that nobody here can see, because nobody else can see. And
except for maybe the MLS team that employs him and is very
happy. Exactly. Except for the MLS team that employs him. Because things have happened like that. Hey, what was that guy that scored on the Red Bulls last weekend? For whatever reason, I had Patrick Duty in my head for that.
Oh no. Oh God, are you talking to the guy who scored over the weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, who did score? That's a good question.
No, I know. Obviously, I know one of them was Kutsias. What about the other guy that never scores and he scores?
Oh, you mean for the Fire, Tom Barlow?
Yeah. So hey, Tom Barlow had his moments, or had his moment. Finally.
Tom Barlow for USMNT. Calling it right now.
No way. Oh my God. Come on.
No, God, no. But what I'm saying is that you never know. I mean, sometimes, hey, you put a guy in the right position and he just blows up. Hey, the guy might be playing a center back, and then Pochettino says, hey, you know what? Let's try you on left back. And then
what happens when Pochettino is really into Jackson Ewell?
I don't know. But keep in mind, it's not the first time something like this has happened, because I think Bruce Arena was trying to force Donovan to play from striker role to like a center mid.
I mean, Donovan, that was the thing about that was what made Donovan great, was he could play anywhere on the front line.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is let the man cook. Obviously, when you get to coach teams like Chelsea and teams like Tottenham, you have something. You have something. So, considering that, I won't be surprised if he starts calling people that we have no idea, maybe not have no idea, but might be like, they play in Europe, but we have not heard of them, or we barely hear of them. Don't be surprised if he makes calls like that, because you never know. Some guys just need that one moment, and then they take off. So,
well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think we started this conversation with the fact that I'm excited to see these guys do better. Like, I'm not like, oh man, I don't even want to talk about this guy because he plays in Belgium. Like, no, man, let's enjoy the ride all the way to.
Not gonna. So if we want success, and I get it. You mean, Toke, you've been in the front lines, you've been in the trenches since God knows when, and I get it. Every small win is a win. But we got to take a look at the bigger picture here. We got to actually get real wins. All right.
Well, how do we get 11? How do we get 10 more Christian Pulisics?
You make MLS a real league. You cut off the training wheels, and you don't just unscrew them. You cut them off.
I love that idea, but let me ask you a question. Just playing devil's advocate here, okay? Is it enough to just vanquish the salary cap, or does Pro Rel must be a part of the equation?
So, put it like this. The NBA can produce the best basketball players in the world without having any Pro Rel. And I get it. Basketball is number one, number two. If you could get soccer that's already played by tons of kids. In fact, hey, some parents nowadays, they rather have their kid play soccer than put on a football helmet and, have their kid bash each other.
Well, we all three played AYO or whatever, just kid soccer, right?
Yeah. So, if you keep the momentum for the kid, hey, we might be able to might actually have something in 20 years, 10 years maybe. But I think a lot of it has to do with how youth soccer is set up in the country. How, if you go, for example, the big clubs in England, or even just any club in England, professional club, what is it? They'll pay you to play for them rather than you pay them.
Yeah, very true. So the Pro Rel doesn't have to be a part of the equation. Just money does.
Doesn't have to be money.
Yeah, I actually agree, but I'd rather see Pro Rel.
I rather
James,
see Pro Rel.
I see you moving your cursor, by the way, and I want to talk about some of the things that you have blown by.
Okay, all right.
But go ahead, DPG. I apologize.
No, but so I would like to see Pro Rel, but the fact that so much money is invested by individuals in this league for their team, when you're paying $500 million for what they call it,
franchise fee,
for a franchise fee, and you're not gonna be the guy that's gonna be like, I just paid $500 million, now my team's gonna go to second division. Why am I giving you $500 million for that? Some expansion teams struggle. And that's kind of the general consensus with expansion team. Not all of them, obviously, but why would anybody pay $500 million just to have their team get relegated to like second division.
But that's the thing. Why is it that? Why are these other teams able to get promoted? They don't have to invent their teams over in England. Hashtag United, right?
But keep in mind.
They did create the team, like they pay for the roster and they keep going higher and higher, and then they use that prize money to pay for the wages and all that stuff. Keep in mind,
a lot of these teams, especially the big 5 teams or whatever, the big 10 teams out in England, a lot of them have been sitting up in Premier League first division since forever, because they have some sort, they have grassroots from the very beginning where, they came from the ground up. Just like any other club team in England. Look, we're looking at Wrexham right now. The team went from the National League now that's going through the divisions. So it's like a grassroots experience that becomes into a professional experience. And what we're seeing in the MLS right now is, I'll just give you a truckload of money. You give me a team, and I'll make sure that my team fits in these salary, parameters, and that's it. And then whatever.
That's exactly what they did to San Diego. Landon Donovan had that team over there, and then they just were like, nope, screw it. MLS San Diego FC. Here we go. Go fuck yourself.
So these are people that legit just want to buy a team, and obviously they want to sit on it, and they maybe want to sell it someday in the future, or they want to, I guess, make money off the residuals. I don't know. This is much different. They want to have
something to do on Saturday. They want to go and be in the box and watch their team win. Yes.
This is much different than a guy that, that it's a freaking oil tycoon from, Saudi Arabia decides to buy a plaything called Chelsea or something like that. And, they'll be like, hey, you need to sign that guy? Here, have $300 million. Good luck. That coach didn't win 5 games. You're fired. Get the other guy in.
No,
so the pressure is non-existent here.
It's not. So I want to mix two things. Like I said, James was looking at something that I wanted to bring up, and I wanted to ask, because this is now fun because DPG wasn't here last week. We'll get his opinion.
Bring it up.
Matt Turner. Just Matt Turner.
He's fallen off.
Yep.
He's fallen off.
Are you terrified?
No.
Oh, well then who's the keeper for the US now, do you?
Honestly, hey, situations like this could actually land Gaga in the starting role.
I mean, he's closer to it than away from it.
Hey, if Horvath, if Turner ain't doing anything, hey, start rotating goalkeepers. Hey, check who won, who's been the best goalkeeper in the last 6 months in MLS. So if it's a young kid, put him on there. Let's try him out. Calendar. Hey, put Gaga, Calendar. This is the opportunity that, hey, some of these young guys need. They get the exposure and they get the experience. Obviously, you're not going to throw him in a World Cup roster. You throw him in a couple of friendlies, maybe a couple of Nations League games, and hey, call it a day.
Okay.
He got absolutely horsed today over at Man United. 7-0.
Dude, Peter Cech got it. This happened to Peter Cech. This happened to, Schmeichel. This happens to everybody, dude. It happens to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, every goalkeeper is gonna go through one bad game, maybe even a rough patch.
Even a bad season, man.
Even a bad season, yeah.
Well, look at Tim Howard. There was probably a time where Tim Howard was one of the greatest keepers in the planet, and he gave up more goals than Van der Sar because his team was worse.
Yeah, but then when he went to Everton, and then
no, I'm saying on Everton, his team was worse, so he gave up some more goals than other guys.
Keep in mind, a big chunk of the, how much you get scored on is how good your defense is. So
100%.
You can't stop all of them.
Guys, we got to think about this. Barnsley got absolutely. I want to look into that match, because if Gaga was the reason that they lost, that would be actually really, really bad for his international future because, that's who he's going against. Manchester United type guys.
It's about how you respond.
Right.
James, what if he gets a pair of shutouts?
My thing is
against Millwall.
I'm looking at the the stats from that game, and it looks
Port
like
Vale.
they're playing a 3 in the back, 4 5 in the middle, 2 in the front. You're gonna play a 3-man backline against Manchester United that has something to prove. You're asking for trouble, man. I mean, especially when you're a team like Barnsley. I mean, one thing is if you're Man City and Pep Guardiola is the coach, he knows what he's doing. But if you want to joke around and what was it? You're gonna f around and find out. This is what happens. So
well, I mean,
and you know what? And this is part of Gaga growing. There'll be times where you're gonna get lit up because your defense is not clicking and they look confused and nobody can watch nobody. So
let's put it this way: Matt Turner. The times we have seen Matt Turner has not put in the performances where we're beating down the door going, why isn't he playing? Why?
No, he hasn't.
So really, you know what? I'll take Gaga giving up 7 instead, to be perfectly honest.
Gaga's only 21. So he still has going up to do.
Is that his rating on FIFA?
What is it?
Yes, it is.
74. He's a silver. Woof. Woof.
I'm gonna look at the highlights, but I guarantee you it's probably all freaking defensive errors.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. All right. Well, is there? Oh, there was one more person I wanted to bring up. We're all a bunch of MLS sickos. That's why we do this stupid podcast, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So from the mountain of crap that has been talked about Aiden Morris to now have him becoming a institution at Middlesbrough. How does everybody feel? Because I remember him being called up and everybody being like, well, we should quarter Gregg Berhalter because he calls up MLS guys. And now he's playing overseas. Do we change our tone? Is Aiden Morris now hip? Is it now cool to Aiden Morris?
Is he doing anything in Middlesbrough? Is he
Yeah, he's played every minute and has been
okay, cool. Is he a game changer?
Yeah, the fans love him. Everybody's happy.
Okay, fine. Hey, mate, that's probably what we need. We need and I'm always gonna say this. You want the U.S. to be good? You almost need an Eric Cantona type player, and raise your team from obscurity or mediocrity to fucking the stars the limit situation. So, and that's what exactly, again, that's what Eric Cantona did with Manchester United.
But we need that on an international scale, and that's what Christian Pulisic is supposed to do. I think you just need a few more Christian Pulisic types.
Christian Pulisic is not going to do that.
At different positions.
He's not going to do that. But he's going to break down the door for the next guy that will.
Well, I mean, it's obvious already, right? He's the best of. Well, hold on, guys. Do we agree? It's obvious he's the best American outfield player to ever play.
So far, yes. But I think the way that Christian Pulisic plays his game out in Europe, first of all, it makes American players look good because they see, okay, there's potential there. This is not like early 2000s, late 2000. When you had Taylor Twellman go do a little stint in Germany and that's it. This is kind of in line with, for example, I mean, I don't even want to say Casey Keller, but I want to more or less kind of like Tim Howard and Manchester United. He kind of put goalkeepers, American goalkeepers, on the map, so to speak. But I think Christian Pulisic,
Marcus Hahnemann.
I mean, dude, I'm sitting here and I'm listening to him talk, and all I can think of is a segment of us doing a tier list of American goalkeepers.
Yeah, that's all we produce. Honestly, and we were to produce strikers and midfielders. I mean,
not the case right now.
Not the case right now. We got one good midfielder. I guess you could say striker, Christian Pulisic, and that's it.
Speaking of one, I was gonna say, speaking of one good midfielder, everybody who was watching this got one good finger. Use that to stick it to the man and hit that like button and destroy the YouTube algorithms. We'll catch you guys right back here on Enemies of the Fire with a lot more where that comes from.
Welcome back, fellow enemies of the fire. We are here to have a little bit of fun. It's that time of year again. FC 25 or EAFC 25 comes out on Friday, and everybody's excited. Gentlemen, are we excited? Are we getting the game?
Nope. Not till they go free to play. Or something, drastically changes with how they treat career mode. It's just, I've bought that game for 22 years straight, and 10 of those years
agreed.
I started buying on, starting to wait and for discount, because it's like FIFA 17, it was great. FIFA 18, something, the Ultimate Team just became the focus over time, more, taking features away from career mode. The best career mode was like FIFA 07, FIFA 08. There's some features in that stuff, like building a stadium that like never came back, and like it helps you, just creates more of the realism and all that for FIFA that I enjoyed. And I'm not getting that, have not been getting that out of FIFA lately, to the point where, it's just not even a game that's even in my repertoire lately. I have FIFA 23. I'd have to check.
Well,
what about you, DPG?
James actually brought a valid point. Like, FIFA 25 is probably going to look like FIFA 24. Like, I remember in the early 2000s, like, you went from FIFA 99 to FIFA 2000. It was like a night and day difference. Then you went to 2001.
Oh, yeah, it was like a brand new presidential, like administration came in.
Yeah, it's like you're like, oh man, I'm playing FIFA 2000. 2000 came on, you're like, whoa, what is all this? And then 2002 came out, like, whoa, what is all this? And then it's just like they just stopped. Like once they got to like a certain FIFA, they just stopped. It's kind of like it's more compelling to buy Football Manager every year just because you could take some random team anytime you feel like just wasting time and just, hey, I'm gonna go take freaking. I was gonna say Wrexham, but never mind. I'm gonna go take some random team, Port Vale or County, Notts County, Wickham, whatever.
And you could do that in FIFA, but it's just different.
It's just you can't. It's like it takes more effort to actually get promoted.
Man, I should have let you guys know that Football Manager 24 was free on Epic Games a couple days ago. I snagged it for free.
Oh, so you're a bad friend.
I know. I fucked up. Sorry.
So before we dive in, I'll say this. Like, I know they're all the same. I don't really have too bad of a problem with it. I but some years I buy it instantly when it comes out. And other years I'm like, I'm like,
when's
I'm
the
into
last
other
year
games
you
right
bought
now.
it instantly?
Well, I bought last year's day one. I bought the last 4 actually day one. The last time I waited was 2017. The last time I waited for a while. And I just realized, like, I stopped playing last year's game like 5 months ago. The year before, I was playing FIFA all the way to the day of.
Yeah.
Next one. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm just not in the mood. I'm in the mood for a lot of other games. I've been gaming a lot. So, really, I'm just going to wait till it's like $20. But anyway, I digress. This is the fun part. We're going to go through the ratings, the highest ratings for USMNT players and for the Chicago Fire. So James has up here, and now you can see the US players. James, who's that? Who's that number one?
Number 1 at 83 overall. It's Christian Pulisic.
Whoa! Yeah, so 83, you know what? I found since 2020, the ratings have been kind of a little bit more subdued. So I feel like an 83 is not as gross as it looks.
No, 83 is a good player.
I think he's a really good player. I wish it was a little higher.
Not world class.
Yeah, he's not world class.
He's not 88 or above, which is probably
he's not 80. He's definitely an 85, especially if
no, he's not.
Yeah.
I think 83. I think 83 is pretty accurate. I could give you 84. I could give you 84.
How is Serginho Dest better than freaking Weston McKennie? Like,
dude, because Serginho Dest has so much talent, he just hasn't fully
so
put it together yet.
Talent that
how is Serginho Dest better than Weston? Weston's maybe should be 79. Serginho should maybe be, I don't know, it's the same or similar.
You guys are fighting the wrong fight. Weston is okay where he's at.
Anthony Jedi Robinson, 79.
Jedi.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I gotta admit something here. And I don't care what you guys say. Why the hell do they keep calling him Jedi? Like, who gave him that nickname?
It's self-imposed. I think he was obsessed with Star Wars back in the day when he was a youngin', and I think Grandma called him Jedi.
We all know he ain't no Jedi. He's probably one of like a stormtrooper.
Oh, you're crazy.
Oh, geez.
You're such a DPG. You hate for fun. What is in that cup?
You know what? I'm sorry. I'll take it back. You know what? He's not just a stormtrooper. He's the guy that got shot down with Luke in the snow battle and in the Battle of Hoth and died. That's it.
I don't even know what you're talking about, dog.
Because you haven't watched Star Wars.
Dead Dak.
There you go. He's Dak.
Yeah.
Don't call him Jedi if you don't know Star Wars, bro.
That was a cheat code in an old Star Wars video game too. Rogue Squadron.
You are unappreciative of the fact that we have a talent like Jedi Robinson to grace us.
I'm not gonna call him Jedi.
We got more talents here.
Do you not remember? Do you not?
Tyler Adams at 77 overall, but he's been injured all the time.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, he was at like an 82 at one point, and he just keeps falling.
Lauren Balogun at 77 overall, with probably room to gain.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential.
Where do you think? I don't think so. From what I've seen, I feel like he might end up a 79 or an 82 overall.
Hey, that's the thing is that Toke's kind of like one of these USMNT plastic.
He's like he's gonna be a 96.
Yeah,
he's gonna be
I'm saying his 77 is based on potential. I'm saying he hasn't played up to a 77.
What do you think is his potential?
Yeah, what is his potential, Toke? I want to see you say 91. I could.
No. I mean, listen, as a person who plays the game, his true potential of I'm Florian Balogun, unless he starts dropping 20 in the Premiership, we're talking 81, 82 is going to be the highest he gets in the game.
I won't be surprised.
So not that much better than he is right now. That sucks.
I won't be surprised.
Because I won't be surprised based on his potential.
Especially because
they
laid out. You do think he's ever going to be better than Jonathan David over in Canada?
I mean, it's highly possible. Jonathan David kind of came out of nowhere. It's not like he's impervious to having a bad season.
I won't be surprised if you think that Jedi Robinson should be ranked higher.
I do think he should be ranked higher.
Oh my god, I knew
100% Jedi.
I knew it.
We have two players that should be in the 80s, Pulisic and Robinson. And then Serginho Dest should be a 79, which he is. And then past that, they're pretty well where they should be, really.
I'm not going to call him Jedi. I'm just going to call him average. Average Robinson. So
average, you're fucking insane.
Yeah, he's average. Hey, FIFA ranks him average.
Jonathan David is ranked 81.
That's
FIFA.
Not average. Also, Jonathan David is not. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with his career. He could go either way. He could really blow up, or this could be
Malik Tillman at 77 overall. You think that's a little overrated, or is that on time? Is that right on time?
That's right on time. He's on the upswing. He's like a stock moving in the right direction. Like, bet on Malik Tillman at this point.
Let's just hope that he doesn't get injured. That's all.
And then Cardosa, man. Cardosa
76.
Word on the street
Weren't you crapping on Cardoso a couple of weeks ago, saying that he wants to do modeling or something rather than play soccer?
No, that's what's his face? That's Conrad.
Oh, De La Fuente. Never mind. Yeah, De La Fuente.
I do like seeing Cameron Carter Vickers though. That fills my heart with joy.
You know what? Cameron Carter Vickers plays for a really good Celtic team in a very crappy Scottish league. So
that's what Toke gets annoyed about.
I do. I didn't want Trusty to go to Celtic. I hated that.
Chris Richards, 76. Jesus Ferreira.
Oh,
Jesus Ferreira, 75. Really?
I think that's a little high for Jesus.
Has he done anything this year in MLS?
Make that a 71.
No.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Hold on. I don't think so.
How many goals does he have so far? I don't because
I'm checking right now, man.
You know who's underrated in my book? Yunus Musa.
Agreed.
You know what? I agree with that. That kid has potential.
I'm saying he's underrated here at 75. I would put him more at a 76.
Yeah.
Maybe 77. Not too much of a bump up, but a little bump up.
77 sounds good. Like he's an 84 in my heart, brother.
I knew it, man. Stop hyping it up, man. Stop hyping it up.
I'm taking Yunus Musa over Malik Tillman, over Johnny Cardoza, over Cameron Carter Vickers. So yeah.
100. I agree.
Absolutely. Darlington Nagbe at 75 overall.
Dude, hold on. Before we laugh about the hilarity of Darlington Nagbe always being one of the highest rated midfielders in the game.
I mean, he's a champion with Columbus.
Well, Cucho
he's a champion in life, dog. What are you talking about? Jesus Ferreira has 4 goals currently in this MLS season.
How is he ranked 75?
I don't know, but Darlington Nagbe it's
higher than Kuipers. We'll get into that.
Do you guys lament that we didn't get much of Darlington Nagbe? That we got some of the later years and then didn't even get the true late years?
No.
No? You're not worried about it?
No, but you guys know one thing I am worried about, and I'm noticing it was something we were talking about in the previous segment. Not one goalkeeper.
Nope. You gotta get I guarantee I'll put dollars to donuts. There's not a goalkeeper that's a gold.
We know that Matt Turner's 74, and that's overrated.
That's a silver. Wait, who's under Gio? Who's under Gio right there?
I can't make out. It's somebody with BV. It might be.
It might be Tim Reams.
Yeah, it's Nashville.
That's Zimmerman.
That's Walker Zimmerman. Oh my God.
Oh, man,
I don't know about.
This is the talent that Pochettino's working with. This is the best of America.
I like how we're seeing this, and I've argued constantly about how badly talented the U.S. men's national team is, and you guys give me crap about it. And
this is better than last year.
It takes a FIFA ranking.
Higher numbers than last year.
It takes a FIFA ranking to show the bigger picture. What I say, you have to look at the bigger picture.
Well, hold on. We see Chris Richards, but we have yet to see Tim Ream, and we have yet to see Austin Trusty, and we have yet
more
to see
defenders. Where's the offensive talent?
Hold on.
No, not even that.
Even Miles Robinson. Here's the thing.
France has France can have 4 teams with their offensive talent.
Yeah, have you guys noticed that there's nobody else in the back line besides Anthony Robertson showing up?
Dest and Robinson.
Chris Richards.
Walking red card.
Right? But Walker is rated as if he would have had a good season. He didn't have a good season, man. That's not where he belongs anymore. He has fallen off. That is like last year where he was.
Yeah. That's name brand recognition. We'll move over to the Fire.
Oh shit, so that's all you had for the US. Huh?
That's all I got. And Kuipers is rated higher than Jesus Ferreira. Sorry about that. That was some misinfo by me there, but it corrected right there. Kuipers at 76 overall as the highest rated.
And then look at that drop off.
Oh, let me blow this up for our friends, the viewers. 72 for Chihos. That's an overrated.
Chihos is overrated.
That should be a 68.
He's dropped off.
He's dropped off 4 in my book. Acosta 71, probably down to a 70 at the moment, but that's because of his team.
Man, that feels so
I feel like
low
he can
for
get back
Acosta.
up. I feel like he can get back up to a 72 under 72, 73.
I know who could get him back up.
It's the form.
I already know who could get him back up.
What? Evan Mendez?
Oh, that too? I was going to say Triple G, but okay.
Triple G. God.
Thelma
Are
Hayek.
So wait, do we believe that Sahlquist is our highest or is our best center back? Like, where's Tehran? And like
Injured.
Guti finally is in a bronze.
So
Guti's appropriately rated.
can we say that Chris Brady is not the goalkeeper that we thought he will be?
No, I'm not ready to say.
I think he should be a 69.
Dude, I'm not ready to say that about a kid.
Suke?
Especially a keeper.
How is Suke rated more than Aragoni?
That's crazy.
In what world
has been
is Aragoni not rated way better than Suke?
Has been hustling a lot more than Suke.
There's no world.
I agree. I would put Aragoni.
In what world is Navarro a 68? Make it a 64.
You know hey, let me say this. Can we switch Jimenez's score for Brian Gutierrez? I could live with that.
No, he's not. Guti is appropriately rated at 67.
You know what? Jimenez is overrated.
Yeah, Jimenez
is also overrated. He should be a 68.
I mean,
what should be Suke? What should Suke be? I don't know how to grade Suke. I just know he's not better than Aragoni.
It's not a 70.
I feel like Aragoni should be our best defender, labeled our best defender, stats wise.
Aragoni should be right behind Shihos.
Yeah, it should be in front of Shihos.
That's right. You want to
as he's an outside back,
faster. Where's Tehran? What's the next?
Where
page?
is Tehran? Tehran. All right. Mueller, 67, make that a 61. Halai Selassie, make that a 66. Make that a 64. Herbers, I would give him a 66 or a 67.
You're telling me you're gonna give Selassie a lower rating?
Dude, Halassi sucks dick. Aragoni.
The past few games, he's been trash. But come on,
past few games, the whole season.
You're crazy. Haile Selassie is one of the few bright spots on the team.
Not this season.
Yeah, because they keep blocking him down.
I don't think he's done jack dick this season. Aragoni, horribly underrated, should be a 70.
I do agree with that.
Like, it should be, all those guys 70s? No. Aragoni, actually a 70, if those guys are 70s. Kutsias, 60?
62,
oh,
maybe.
Look who's rated higher.
Lassiter?
Kutsias at a 65, and look who's at 61.
We'll get there. Just let's say that. Lassiter, 65. Haven't seen enough of him to make any call on there. Pineda at 65. Is that appropriate?
He hasn't done much.
I mean, when you're uninspired and you're a 65, like at
64, then maybe. What about Tehran? Is Tehran underrated?
I think Tehran's a little underrated, man. I like that kid's game, but he just keeps breaking.
67. I'll give him a 67. Richie should be lower. Gasper, lower. Jeff Gal, lower. Ohmsberg, lower. Barlow should be a 59. Barlow.
And EA with their tradition of underrating the Reynolds. I hate it.
Reynolds should maybe be a 57. Dean should be a 64.
You know what? I can live with that. I can live with Dean. Dean, you know what?
I'll bump him up a little. Yeah.
I wonder how this roster is gonna react, like with Triple G running it. I'm just saying.
What? So you guys agree with those ratings? That's like this. That was just like my gut there.
I mean, it's just close enough, right? There's a few egregious ones. Tehran is egregiously low.
It's like if you look at the picture, if you look towards the right side, you got an idiot saying Kutia's permanently robbed. No, he's not. He's actually overrated.
Yeah, I agree. Kutias is like, I mean, here's the thing. They both scored a goal over the weekend.
He's a failed project.
Yeah, well, so far, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't understand why we signed Lassiter or Barlow or Kutsi.
I'm wondering, man, can you imagine the house clean that Triple G has to do? Yeah, all that wheeling and dealing he's gonna have a bunch of players gone anyways. Two open
See,
DPs left.
everybody's like, isn't that great? But I don't know if you remember how hamstrung Gregg Heights was when Nelson Rodriguez like left him with 4 people on the roster.
Keep in mind, you're not dealing with Heights anymore. You're dealing with Triple G. Triple G.
but he's not gonna have enough time to sign a team. He's gonna sign warm body.
Hey,
so it's gonna be another
Triple
year
G,
of shit.
Triple G took your favorite national team up another level. He could do this with the Fire. Well, what he has.
He didn't take the U.S. anywhere. He underperformed with the U.S.
Well, you know what? He got you overhyped for Anthony Robinson. So, I mean, he did something right. So,
Anthony Robinson is cashing one of the highest left back paychecks in the highest paid league in the world.
Yeah, but here you are.
But here I am, what?
Here you are, overhyping him. Oh my God, he's our best center back. Oh my God, he got turned into Swiss cheese by Colombia. So
you don't seem to remember A Life with Jonathan Bornstein or Jorge
don't you bring Johnny into this, okay? That man did something.
He's sacrificed.
No, he made it so that fucking Honduras made it to the World Cup. That's what happened.
See, you're crossing the damn line right there, man. You're crossing the line. You don't bring him involved in this, all right?
Oh no, that's right. It was Costa Rica. That's who it was.
And speaking of crossing the line, make sure you guys meet the ref in the parking lot. Tell him to take that red card and shove it up his like button. And we'll catch you guys on the flip side right when we come back here talking Messi and a little Chicago Fire.
Oh, man.
Welcome back, fellow enemies of the Fire. We are here to discuss all of the fun things. Actually, I say that all the time, but I do find this dumb stuff kind of fun. The MLS just released the list of the top 20 jerseys sales, right? Top 20? And,
top 20, top 25.
Okay, top 25.
One of those.
So I like this stuff. So who's number one? Gentlemen, do you have any idea who the number one selling jersey is?
Let me guess. Luis Suarez?
You would be incorrect. He is number 2. The number one selling jersey is the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who scored 2 goals this weekend in the span of 4 minutes after not playing a single game for 3 months, Mr. Lionel Messi. Holy crap. I didn't see the list like this at first. There are 4 Miami jerseys right there just staring at us, aren't there?
Alba, Busquets, Messi, Suarez. Buanga is in 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, LAFC supports, bro.
Lucho Acosta.
Olivia Giroud.
Ricky Puig.
So I talked about Messi coming back. Gentlemen, did you guys see that happening? Did you even think like, oh, Messi's coming back this year? Did you?
I wrote him off after he blew us off.
Yeah.
I'm with DPG now. Fuck Messi.
There you go. See?
No, I'm kidding. I still like Messi, but yeah, I did not pay attention. I in fact didn't know he was back.
Yeah, I mean, he came back. They subbed him in, and he was like, "Yeah, hey, let me just take over the game. I'm cool." Who the hell is Jacob Schaffelberg?
Jacob Schaffelberg. Nashville.
Oh, yeah. That's that cat in the Canadian national team. The one that has, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's Canadian. And Pedro de la Vega. He's totally a guy I've heard of.
So, question. I want to bring up another topic here.
Who the fuck's Pedro de la Vega? I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah, I thought that too earlier, but that's kind of like...
I've never heard of this guy.
That guy. I'm like, who?
João Klaus?
That was like,
João
Klaus.
I've heard of Lowen. I've heard of Edward Lowen, Darlington Nagbe, Emil Forsberg, Driussi, Christian Benteke, Brian Gutierrez of the Chicago Fire.
Hey, look, Forsberg is there. The guy, the The deadbeat dad.
João
Hashtag
Paulo,
fuck them kids.
Gazdag, Tolkien, Chara.
So wait, Tolkien, I'll say something about
Yes.
That is you know what? I gotta admit, I'm surprised that guy's number 17, especially with all that family drama. Like,
I'm not.
Like,
He's been amazing. I'm actually surprised. So
is that what it takes? You gotta abandon your family, and all of a sudden your Eye of the Tiger comes back.
Your number 17 in jersey sales in your
maybe
league.
I mean, you know, some people can't create great art unless they're miserable.
Oh.
You're cold,
So hold
you're
on.
a cold cat, man.
I got thank you. I gotta ask the question. Is John Tolkien really that popular, or is this like the MAGA buy? Is that like just all MAGA MLS has gotten him up to 22?
I don't.
Or is he that
I don't
popular
think
in
so.
New York?
I think he's
Hey,
that popular.
I really don't. I mean, I think the deadbeat dad.
I don't think the politics have anything to do with any of these guys being on jersey sales here.
Well, it's New York. Come on. What do you expect?
Maybe for that Tolbert shirt, that chick on the U.S. men's national team.
Well, what do you expect from a guy that's a deadbeat dad and the other guy? So,
Yeah, I mean, like there's a deadbeat dad on
New York.
here. Yeah, who's that? Is that the?
Well, what's worse, the deadbeat dad or Ricky Pugh?
Is that the Fatherless of America showing up?
Father of the Year award over here.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, we're kind of burying the lead. There's our boy right there at number 20. Brian Gutierrez, baby.
Guti!
I mean, is he really selling more jerseys? Like,
the 67 overall ranked in FIFA guy, not even in the top 5 ranked in the team, is currently in the top 20 in MLS. And this is precisely what makes me wonder, guys, how many freaking jerseys did they sell?
You got rid of it. I was reading Don Walsh's comment.
Oh wait, you saw a comment?
Yeah, he said, "Well done for having the best attended season and
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. And I did spot him this weekend.
Well, he wasn't waving a traitor sign.
No, you know, I don't know. Is that a Hungarian flag? Not Hungarian. Is that a Dutch flag that he waves?
Why is he
I can't tell. I don't know what it is. Exactly.
You guys are wasting way too much time.
Oh. Hey,
can we get back to Guti, who to me is not deserving?
Shout out to Don Walsh, because he gave us the idea for the name of this podcast.
Yes.
Don't credit him. He's going to want money when and if we ever make money. All right, James. Maybe what do you think about what are you thinking about this Guti? You're bringing this up.
To me, it makes me wonder how many jerseys did they sell? If I wonder, maybe Leo Messi, a couple million, right? Luis Suarez, quite a lot. I'm wondering if there's a part here where the jerseys cut off and all of a sudden it's like 1,000, 800. Like how many Guti jerseys were sold? I just can't imagine more than 5,000 Brian Gutierrez jerseys were sold this season. More than 5,000 would blow my mind, because there's 6,000 to 13,000 diehard fans, and no way that more than half of them brought a Guti jersey.
Oh my God! So hold on, we've been getting near 20 every game.
Okay,
right? We've been getting a near Bridgeview sellout attendance for every game.
Okay.
Technically, we've had a couple.
And so you say a quarter of them
so
buy
maybe
it.
10.
That's 5,000.
Okay. 5 to 10, yeah, maybe in that range. Okay.
That's 5,000, a quarter of them. Now, don't ever forget about the existence of people like myself. There was a time where I lived 3 hours away, and anything I saw at Dick's Sporting Goods, anytime they were on television, anything I could possibly consume that was Chicago Fire, I did. So don't forget, like the kid in, El Paso, Illinois, the kid in Rockford, the kid in Peoria, the kid in Bloomington, the kid in Carbondale, Decatur. And with 2024, it's not 2010 anymore, man. So instead of 1 to 2 kids, there's 20 to 30. You know what I mean? Like, don't.
I mean, but Brian Gutierrez, though, like.
Do you think Shaq was on this list?
I think Shaq was on this.
Shaq was on this list, but they took him off.
I think so.
There's
I would
no
say
way
no.
that Shaq's jerseys did not outsell Gutierrez.
I mean, Shaq had
that
a
first
pretty big following.
I feel like anybody who wanted a Shaq jersey bought it in the first 2 years.
That confetti kit, maybe.
Maybe, but then they went back to red.
Went back to red. You're right.
And Europeans love their red jerseys.
Well, not just that, but like the return.
made that
No,
up.
I'm saying I think this is conspiracy theory territory.
Swiss do love their red jerseys. Oh.
I think that everybody bought a red jersey. I did.
I mean, what's can you look up last season's top 25? Because I think Shaq was in it.
Yeah, well, tell me what's the best thing about Switzerland?
The flag's a big plus.
The flag's a big plus. The flag's a big plus.
That's awful. Oh my god, that's so awful. I love it. All right. So you guys don't think that everybody was drinking the Kool-Aid, renewing their season tickets this year, buying a Guti jersey instead of a Shaq?
I bet you that DPG season ticket holder guy's going to come and be like, ooh, I got you a Guti jersey. One more check mark into the column.
I'm going to tell you this. As long as I've had bought Fire jerseys, I have never bought a player-specific Fire jersey. Like, I've bought them blank because there's no one that this team has had to, like, bring me, like, legend status type of player. Like, bring a Fire type of player. You know, Schweinsteiger's probably the exception, but I didn't want to pay the extra $20 to get his name on it.
Birthday gift.
Well, let's not forget, they're buying a jersey with a player's name on it is a monumental occasion. Like, it's gotta matter. Like, it's gotta either be for the memes or it's gotta be for the love. Like, for me, like, if it was for the love, I'd have a Blanco jersey. But if it's for the memes / the love, we're talking Grazzini all mother effing day, baby. Give me a Grazzini jersey. I will put Grazzini on the back of the current kit.
You don't want to get like a Kennedy Bonanique shirt or a Sean Malone. Sean Malone.
Sean Malone, yeah. Oh my God. How about a Oh God. Oh man, who are those two defenders we got from Seattle? Anyway, screw it.
I think I would want Jorge Campos jersey.
Oh, that's
like a crazy goalkeeper kit.
Here, man, I'll give you some rando. A Richie Cuts-a-Chow jersey. He played for the Fire for like one season. Don't ask me how I know that.
I mean, what else? Like a Dimitri Ralph would be cool as fuck.
You
know what I'm saying?
Damani Ralph.
Yeah.
He said Dimitri. Oh
God, I'm
Dominic
sorry.
Oduro.
Oduro had
Quincy Amarikwa.
Andy Heron, who happens to be part of our scouting staff.
Yeah, oh my God, there's so many. So then,
Arne Friedrich.
Well, hold on. Let's transition here. Let's stop waxing poetic. Then Guti has got us thinking here.
Oh.
A lot of people are starting to say he's overrated.
Oh.
A lot of people are starting to say he needs to go.
Oh.
There's a fuzzy man here. Do we trust him with Gutierrez's development?
Oh,
I think I would.
Someone's rocking. Hey man, someone got him that fake Harold's chicken and waffles.
Hold on, go back to that last image. If you're not watching the podcast, you have to.
Bob Bradley. Yeah.
This is when you know the fan base has literally lost it, that we're all having a concurrent fever dream. Look at this fucking thing.
Dude, when James was flashing through the photos for a moment, it looked like Bob Bradley. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to ask if Guti was overrated. What do you guys think?
Yes, he is. But you know who's not overrated?
Well, and then that was the next question.
Bring Triple G in. So we were having this conversation earlier on our chats lines, and I was really excited about bringing in Triple G. And Toke, You didn't sound so excited about bringing in Triple G. You're like saying he's not of the level for Chicago Fire, and I would agree. He's levels above the Chicago Fire. But
it's just hard
how do you feel about this?
It's hard to oust a politician. Okay, let's play this.
Why do you think he's bad? Why do you think he'd be a bad coach for Chicago Fire? Because that seems like that's what you were arguing to us earlier.
It'd be like if you were like, the senator of my state sucks and I hate him and I'm gonna vote him out. But also, I can't wait for him to be mayor of my city.
Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. This man wasn't cut out for the USMNT.
Yeah. What if he failed upwards, and at some point he's like, you know what? Let's go back to what I was good at, which is not much, but it's still better than nothing.
I wrestle in my life with trying to limit my cynicism, and what I'll say right now is the unfortunate nature of things is, I'm terrified he's going to come here and
leave that one up, James.
All right.
I'm afraid he's going to be given the keys to the car and he's going to drive it off a cliff. He's not going to be he's not going to be fresh enough with his ideas. He's going to be too overwhelmed to be GM and coach. And he's going to sign bad players. And I don't,
why do you think
I don't want to.
What makes you think he would do that on a Chicago Fire club level?
I mean, in reality, doesn't it feel like he's already been in that position with the U.S. men's national team? Bring whatever players he wants, make changes.
Yes.
Yes, and we were very upset with his player choices.
You know who wasn't upset with him? The U.S. men's national team, who brought him back for a second stint.
Oh God, we built the backbone of this channel was built on us complaining about that.
Yes, we all thought that was the wrong decision. He shouldn't have gone back. He should have gone straight into MLS at that point and been the Fire's coach then.
You know what it is, Toke, bro, is that you're getting mad. You were getting mad at his selections, bro, but I mean, you're not gonna find a diamond in the rust. You're not gonna find a hidden gem in a dog pile of dog poop.
God, we're just never gonna agree on this, DPG.
No, we're not.
Here's where I am at. I guess here's the problem, and
wait a second, Toke. You would rather have Brian Schmetzer or whatever the guy is from Seattle than Triple G, who's been at a higher level than him for years, for literally the last six years.
James, I gotta stop you there, man.
Somehow Schmetzer, what?
I gotta stop you there, James. Honestly, if you put Brian Schmetzer and Triple G, that's gonna be a tough one because at that point, you know what? You know me, man. You know Toke. I don't like the guy, but I kind of have to agree with him on that.
Well, all right.
Triple G is miles above Seattle's coach.
Seattle's coach has won championships, though.
Right?
True.
He's won championships, and
I guess that's more.
I didn't feel like I'd have to defend him because I'm gonna shock you both here.
Here we go.
So my defense of Schmetzer in that argument is that he has dealt with big personalities in locker rooms that were not American. Now
Triple G hasn't. What is Florin Balogun?
No, American.
Now
Florin Balogun is American.
What is Jedi? Whoa. American. Now.
So, I mean,
what are you talking about? Half a quarter of this team, Yedlin. Was he American? Now. You ever hear him talk? He's got quite the accent for an American.
Yeah, so did Brad Friedel.
Come on, Toke.
Brad Friedel got that accent.
And you're telling me, just because Brian Schmetzer's he has the ability to speak with Raul Ruidiaz, oh my gosh, that makes him the second coming. No freaking way.
He dealt with some big personalities over there.
Especially like your boy.
Triple G's got to speak French, Spanish, Egyptian, English. I don't know. He could do it all. Wait, that's Bradley. You know what? That's Bradley with Egyptian.
Yeah, that was Bradley who did Egypt. I guess the problem becomes when it's irrational. I have an irrational desire because I almost feel like the Fire needed to hire someone better than the U.S. hired. Because we have been so bad for so long. We have to get somebody
I get the feeling that you want the Fire to go sign Guardiola, like pull him up Manchester City, like, hey man,
he would have a fit here. He would leave. He would walk out the pitch the first day. He'd see the practice pitch and the great mound of dirt.
And especially, do you think the job is attractive? Considering, for example,
I don't.
No, considering it's even worse. Considering what Guillermo Rivera literally stated on the tweet that they want to keep some of the technical staff.
Why?
So like they don't even want to clean house.
What are you talking about, Mansueto? You want to keep losers? Great.
He wants to. You know what it is? He wants to keep Popas. He wants to keep the other clown that didn't cut it in Houston.
Okay, you have a whole other sector of your business, which is called the front office. You move your favorite people there. You let freaking G cook with his front staff wherever he needs to be, and whatever he wants, he gets.
If this is about Frank Klopas staying with the Fire, bro, just give him a job as a stadium greeter. Just have the guy stand out in front and shake hands.
Triple G's like, I can't have Frank here. I can't have Frank. No, dude, he won't come because he's got the threat of Frank hanging over his shoulder. He's replaced everybody. Of course he wants Frank gone. If Frank's there, Mansueto has his blanket, his security blanket. And as soon as he's upset with Triple G, boom, in comes Frank.
Wait, so am I reading? I'm reading this correctly. So, see, this is... God damn it.
You know what? You know, I'm rereading this. I'm rereading this too, and it's kind of confusing because it's saying technical staff. When you think about technical staff, you're thinking assistant coaches, goalkeeper coaches, all that noise. But then he goes on to say a technical director or similar title would work under him.
The GM would work under him as opposed to the coach working under the GM.
So here's what this should say is we're gonna hire a GM, and then Gregg Berhalter is gonna coach the team, and he's stuck with
Nagamura,
with Zach Thornton as goalkeeper coach. Okay,
because Zach Thornton's a local hero, so please keep him on staff.
Yeah, exactly. That would be the best news.
Triple G's like, all right, so you want me to keep this guy, or do you want me to bring the best guy in America that I could get literally right now that is a few levels above Zach? I'm sorry.
This is actually kind of interesting because you're gonna put a GM under Triple G, but we all know
that means it's Klopas.
And then Triple G is gonna be pulling the strings. So basically,
that means it's Klopas. Well, Klopas knows how to write,
but he's not pulling the strings, DPG, because right here they're already pulling the strings for him. They're like,
so you not even this. So you got to keep Klopas, but in reality, Klopas is gonna be getting his coffee.
No, this is
what
horrible.
It said.
This is horrible. This is
a technical director or GM or similar title would work under him.
This is
so he would be the coach.
God.
So
don't reinvent the wheel. Just
it's not going to be reversed. Normally, it's a GM and then it's the coach. Now it's reversed. Now it's Triple G and whatever lackey Mansueto wants to put.
Well, he's earned that.
You know what? Yeah, I mean,
and if Carlos Bocanegra wants to be that dude, I'm all for it.
Another guy who's rested on his laurels since his first year. He worked 1 year and then rested on his laurels for 5. Carlos Bocanegra is not a good GM.
I want to see. I'll take Bocanegra. I mean, how bad could it be? I mean, we fucking had Heights for 5 years, almost 5 years. I mean, we had the other clown for like 3 or 4 years. So, dude, why are you complaining, Toke?
This is because this is the darkest timeline because Gregg Berhalter is going to be the GM and coach. And that means like Frank Klopas is going to have the GM title. And we're going to be terrible. We're going to suck for 3 years and then 3/4 of the...
I'm going to tell you this, James. You're not going to be able... The Fire are not going to be able to pry away any of those guys.
John Thornton, now he's co-president. Make him singular president.
He's not going to go, bro. The guy lives in LA. Nice weather.
John Thornton's not coming.
Yeah, he ain't coming.
Neither is damn sure he ain't going to come and work under no Gregg motherfucking Berhalter.
You're showing Chris Klein. Chris Klein ain't leaving LA.
Oh my God, Chris Klein. No, Chris Klein was sent out of LA with pitchforks and torches.
You know, well, he's hiding out away from LA. Why do you want to bring that noise over here? I don't, you know. So
this scares the ever-loving shit out of me. I was excited. Like, I don't mind if
I'm not
Berhalter
scared
coaches
at
this
all.
team. I'm kind of into that.
What are you guys
But
scared of? Greatness? Let's bring in freaking Gregg Berhalter to
And
freaking fix
Toke's
this
the kind of
club.
guy. Toke's the kind of guy that he'll land a job and he'll have imposter syndrome for
This
like
is
6 months.
exactly the type of guy that they need to resuscitate the Chicago Fire. Someone who could literally go in with a scalpel, stab him in the heart, rip out the cancer, and be like, all right, you're free.
You know what it is, James? Toke is afraid of this team being successful, or
No, he's not. He's
or dare I say, this team
Why
being
would Triple
good.
G be bad? That's where I'm
Hold on.
failing to see where Triple G would not be successful here. Like, he'd be the best thing about this club.
Well, I would like to say something. I'm hearing what you're saying, but I'm a little taken aback by the fact that
And he brings 4 or 5 of his boys, his former U.S. men's national team, with him.
What boys? Nobody likes him.
What are you talking about?
His boy,
Mikey Vari
his boy got him fired.
He's got Joe Scally. Wag.
No. What's the guy? Mikey Vari, whatever. He got signed by San Diego, and then the other guy got signed by Nashville, BJ Callahan. So he doesn't really have any boys anymore. He has now. Those guys are the competition.
You guys have no idea how many boys he's got. Neither do I, but I gotta say he's probably got a lot more than we know.
He's gonna bring back.
Hold on. Again, I'm so shocked by the optimism because I'll say this. I do see a world where this works and we make the playoffs 3 straight years, maybe get a cup.
In 4 worlds out of 5, it works. In 4 worlds out of 5, it works. That's why I'm like excited.
No, see, that's what's crazy is like I think it's just as likely he misses the playoffs 3 straight years.
No way.
And they fire him 3/4 of the way through the 3rd year, and we've gone nowhere.
Not when he's the GM. If it was still the fucking bastard of Georg Heights that still was the corpse,
but you can hire
then I would
someone
agree.
other. There could be someone
I
other
don't
than
want
Heights
anybody
that
else.
isn't
I want
Berhalter.
Triple G making these calls. I don't know why you guys think who better than the guy who's been literally looking at the USA pool for the last 6 years and combing through it with a fine-tooth comb. This is
who didn't
best
stumble
option.
so badly in MLS, who has been looking at more.
And his style translates better as a club football than it does as international football.
Oh, where does Jesus Ferreira like squeeze into this team? and when does Shaq Moore take over? Come on, man! Like I'm kind of terrified.
Those guys are
Gregg
upgrades.
Berhalter,
Those guys. That's an upgrade over Tom Barlow.
man.
Clear upgrade on Tom Barlow.
Talking about Tom Barlow. Tom Barlow scored a goal. Everyone, can you believe it? After we literally had a whole segment last week's show talking shit about Tom Barlow.
We should have held the party. Like we should have got cake.
Honestly, like we should have went live. I should have streamed from the game.
Just right then and there. This has been a hell of a segment. We're nearing on a long time. Anything else we gotta cover?
I'm just scared.
You're scared?
I'm scared.
Chicago taking on Nashville tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah, we got a double 2 games this week. Smashville. Nashville is not what they were last year, but I still think they can beat the Fire at home. And then Montreal, I mean, I'd like to believe we could win that game, but it'll probably be ugly in a draw. What do you guys think?
I'm trying to find the table. MLS table. Yeah.
Oh, we are.
I just want to see where those two, where Montreal fits in. Montreal is right above us. Okay, that's a winnable game. And
Nashville is right below us.
And Nashville's right above. All right, we will blow one of those games, and we will win one of those games. Which one's the home game?
Neither. They're both on the road.
We will tie one of those games and lose one of those games. I think we lose. I think we lose to Nashville. We tie Montreal. Maybe win Montreal.
Fingers crossed, my man. I think we tie Montreal. I think that's it. I think Nashville beats us. I think we tie Montreal, and I I can't believe that how bad this team is. We're this close to the playoff line.
The parity in MLS, maybe the other MLS teams are just that bad, and that's why parity works.
Well, I was gonna bring this up before, and like you said, we got to get out of here soon. But like, I wanted to bring this up at another time. But if you look at the cream rise to the top in the East, right? It's Miami,
right?
But go to the West. All season long, Cascadia was like way down at the bottom, and look how, despite a salary cap, how the West looks the same every fucking year, except for with minor variations.
San Jose, bottom of the league. St. Louis, bad. Sporting Kansas City's just been basically living down here.
Right.
Austin's been. They had a few guys on the Jersey list, right? Like
they're up and down.
That's Seattle.
They're up and down.
That's Seattle I was thinking about. FC Dallas, you thought would be better up here, especially with the way they produce. Minnesota's kind of been in this middle area. Portland's been in this middle area. Houston's definitely made a resurgence the past few years because they used to be down here.
Houston is taking the Austin or Dallas spot, right?
And so did Vancouver. Vancouver, though, actually has been better than Houston for a little bit longer. They've both kind of improved their image. Real Salt Lake's always been solid. They're always been solid. Now they're just a little bit more solid.
They're better than they have any business being.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest.
Seattle's underachieving right now. Colorado's doing incredible. Holy cow. LAFC and Galaxy. Wow, Galaxy really overachieving. They're dominating. 55 points.
Brother, even with a salary cap, you're starting to see the haves and the have-nots really put their foot down in this league. And the Chicago Fire are a have-not.
Oh, by the way, look at all three of these teams over 50 points. What do they have in common? Oh, wait, they all have DPs that fucking work. You got Cucho Hernandez. You got Lucho Acosta. You got Leo Messi. Like, these Inter Miami, Cincinnati, Columbus, they work. Also, I mean, even New York Red Bulls. You got Emil cheats on his wife, Forsberg. So, like, you got these guys their studs are studly. The Chicago Fire studs are not studding. Meanwhile, over the Western Conference, Galaxy, I don't know who's the best guy on their team, but I thought Buwanga was doing fantastic. Is he real? Is he Real Salt Lake or LAFC?
You got Pug and Pansel and
LAFC. Buwanga. Okay.
Yeah, and you got Pug and Pansel and the other cat that they just picked up over at LA Galaxy. They have silently put together a very strong campaign.
Not a single Real Salt Lake jersey on here.
No, I bet Diego Luna is the biggest, and I bet he's still got smaller numbers.
Where did that go there?
Yeah, you think Carlos Vela makes that list again? By the way, LAFC second place re-signs Carlos Vela, who hasn't played for whatever reason.
I mean, that's gonna be a nice little sub once he gets up to snuff. You guys gotta get him a little gotta get him some game time here a little bit. Work him in slowly.
Yeah,
and talking about work,
he's gonna be another Gareth Bale, bro. He's gonna sit on the bench and then boom.
I mean, that's great for playoffs, right?
Yeah, it's great.
How come we have Koutsias and Barlow come off our bench, but they have people like Bale,
Gareth Bale,
Carlos Vela?
Well, I mean, we got the dollar store knockoff versions of them, don't we? You know.
No,
we don't even have the palest shoe version.
We got the fucking booster man in the alley version.
Yeah.
he got the cheap 3D printer version of them.
Speaking of boosting our visibility, greatly appreciate you guys looking the like button in the eye and punting it past the keeper. I don't know how that works, but it works. So make sure you guys like that button, hit that like button, punt it, kick it, whatever it is. Hit that subscribe button for more throwing ropes for more enemies of the fire. Sorry, that's something else. For more enemies of the, what the fuck is throwing? It's been a blast. It's been a day. It's been a podcast. This was a great pod, guys. And we'll catch you guys next time on Enemies of the Fire. Destroy the algorithms of YouTube.
James, what if they were so inclined, should they do with the like button?
This time, probably pick it up in your hands. Don't worry. Play stopped. We talked to the ref. Ref blew his whistle. He's waiting on you. Inspect the ball. Dust it off. Get that blade of grass right. Set the ball down. Go into your zen zone. Look the goalkeeper dead in the eyes, like you fucked his mother. Back up, and even though it's your son you're shooting on, bury that ball into the upper 90. And make sure you hit that like button along the way and be right back here on Enemies of the Fire.